Well, hey, it's Halloween coming up, and it's crap AMSTRAD game time as well with the Rocky Horror Show. So, come on, chaps, let's do the time warp. That's nice and in time. Let's do the time warp again. Or not. No, we don't want to repeat that. Thank you very much. Well, that's a cool little title screen there. You can play as either Brad or Janet from the movie and very famous musical. You get to choose one of the two. They arrive at that spooky castle when their car breaks down, and the castle's full of weird transvestites and other dubious, shady characters. And one of them gets turned to stone, and you've got to go around collecting parts of the Medusa machine, which are those red sort of squares. I've already got one that's flashing in my little bottom right corner there. We'll take him to the stage here, put them in the machine, and there's poor Janet, who's, as I said, turned to stone, bizarrely enough. Hey, it's a long time since I've seen the movie. Very long time ago. So at the moment we're just collecting the pieces that are nearby and getting them in the machine as quick as we can. Because the time limit is absolutely ridiculous. I'll come on to that later. So yeah, you can only carry one piece at a time. So it does get a little bit tedious. And only one key at a time. There's lots of locked doors and stuff to get through with keys. Pretty standard fare. So what we're going to do next here is, first of all, is get to this room here, which is apparently the Zen room or something like that. But it looks like to me it's a drug room. You got lots of magic mushrooms flying about there. Is that a heroin needle? Interesting. Not exactly sort of family fare. Neither was the movie and stage show, so not one to take the kids to. Holy shit, actually I just remembered. I think my dad very nearly took me to see this when I was a little kid. I think what was it now? Yeah, we were on holiday in Bournemouth. I think we were bored one evening, and we went to the Bournemouth Theatre or whatever to go and catch a show or something like that. There was nothing else on apart from the Rocky Horror. I think my dad, bless his heart, being a bit naive, had no idea what this was about. It just sounded interesting. He thought it was a rock and roll musical, so he took me when I was 8 years old to go and see it. to much bemused looks from the people behind the counter, who took him aside, had a polite word, and told him what was involved in the musical. So yeah, we didn't go and see that. I think in the end we went to see Russ Abbott, bless his heart. Russ Abbott was funny when you were 8 years old. Anyway, on to the game. Oh yeah, we had to go to that drug room first because you need to unlock it, because you're going to use it as a sort of like a warp zone, or well, it warps between two places of the map, and decreases the time of getting to the stage to drop your piece of the Medusa machine off. Right, you probably noticed there's a few random characters walking about. They're all characters from the musical and film. I think that might be Magenta there, I can't remember. I saw Riff Raff the butler earlier, he's lurking around here. And a guy on a motorcycle, that's Eddie. And he's normally locked in the freezer, frozen solid, at the top left of the map. Hence why you have a thermometer there at the bottom of your playing area. When the temperature goes above 0, he defrosts, and out he comes on his motorcycle to terrorise you. Now only Eddie on the motorcycle and Riff Raff with his ray gun can kill you. That's you have to be really crap to get in the way of the motorcycle, though. It's not exactly speedy. And if you get run over by the motorcycle or zapped by Riff Raff's gun, then it's a game over. The main baddie, of course, is Frankenfurter, played by Tim Curry in the movie. He's locked in that other room we just came from. But I've already played this through, there's nothing in there. So we're going to leave him locked up in there so he's not a nuisance. The worst he does, though, is that he steals your clothes, and you have to run around butt naked and find them before you can do anything else. Which is pretty interesting. I think it's probably the first commercial game with naked characters in it. This was 1985. So yeah, the game's pretty crude. But guys, this game took me absolutely frickin' ages to actually beat. The game's not exactly difficult, it's the time limit which is absolutely ridiculous. And it's really pot luck if you manage to do it. And it really depends on where the pieces of the machine are laid out. Each time you start a new game, they're randomly laid out. And several times I've played it through, not made a mistake, not been stopped by any characters, and you know, not lost any time. And I've still time's run out, and it's game over. Simply because the pieces were placed far too far away to do. Oh yeah, there's the warp there. You press that button on the wall and you get zapped back to that room there. It saves you a bit of time. So anyway, I played it through a few times till I found this map, and yeah, there was about 3 or 4 pieces laid out in this room here, which I'm just walking through, which allowed me to beat this game eventually. But I think this game is seriously broken. I mean, if you've played it yourself, you'll see just how ridiculous the time limit is. And I think I'll do this with like a second to spare anyway. And if you time it wrong and miss that lift, you might as well give up and start again. Wait around for more than 2 or 3 seconds somewhere, and you're never going to do it. So, bloody hate this game. But I did it, and I wish I hadn't bothered now, but there's not much of an ending. Out of the 3 versions on the Spectrum, Commodore and Amstrad, the Amstrad and Spectrum versions are identical. The Commodore version's pretty similar, but has like nicer sprites and graphics, and it also moves a little faster and it's a little easier to do. The problem with the Spectrum and Amstrad versions is the characters just move too slow, the lift moves too slow, and just makes it impossible to complete. But I was determined to beat it, so you know, I did it for you guys. And unfortunately, as always, it's a really crap ending, and sadly the Amstrad has the worst ending out of the 3. Commodore 64 version doesn't really have much of an ending, apart from you and Janet have to find a key and escape out the exit there, which is on the left. The Amstrad and Spectrum versions, you don't have to do that. But the Spectrum version has a very nice cutscene of that spooky castle we saw on earlier, and that lifts off into space. Yes, folks, if you've not seen the movie, this castle we're in is actually a space shuttle, and that time counting down is counting down to its launch. So yeah, rescue Janet before the spaceship takes off. Actually, I think that's Magenta there, the character. And there's Eddie again on the bike. So yeah, not the most thrilling of games. Riff Raff's a real pain in the arse with his ray gun. His movement's a lot more random, a lot more quicker than the other characters. And he can even zap you while you're in the lift, which is quite annoying. But yeah, you can still bump into him, and he'll talk to you. I think he says like no one loves me, whinges a lot, and then will kill you with his gun. I can't remember what the other characters say. I think one of them, I think Magenta or someone else, another female character, stops you and steals your clothes and makes you do the time warp. Frankenfurter is safely locked away at the moment. He steals your clothes and makes rude and lewd suggestions at you. Now this is how I beat this level. You need absolutely precision timing to go and grab that one, come back down the stairs and get in the lift. It's milliseconds, and I just do it. If I hadn't done that, I would never have completed this game, and where the objects are currently laid out. Anyway, you've probably stopped watching now anyway. This game's pretty tedious and boring. Yeah, for a horror game, well, it's definitely it's certainly got the horror in it. It's not exactly it's a pretty awful game. No particular scares or jumps and stuff, so you know. You'll see my next video of all my horror games for the AMSTRAD anyway. That's coming up in the next couple of days. That music repeating over and over gets on you wick after a while. I tell you what guys, I'm freaking sick of hearing the time warp. Everywhere I went, when I was at uni, going out to clubs and rock nights and stuff like that, the time warp was played at every single freaking night at the end of the night. It used to drive me nuts. Lots of my goth friends seems to like that and go out and get all dressed up in their stocking suspenders and go out to the musical when it rolls through my town. But that's not for me, guys. Oh yeah, you can refreeze Eddie there by flicking one of the switches in the freezer. He remains frozen there for a short while. Right, after this one, got 2 more pieces and then we're done. Exciting stuff, eh chaps? Oh, bugger off, riffraff. Oh, fuck off. I remember doing the time up. Okay, that's nice, thank you, riffraff. Now piss off. Slow and tedious. Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't done many videos recently in the last few weeks. I've just sort of been taking some time to chill out and just do some other bits and bobs. I want to get back on the horse with videos again over the next month. I hope to do a few more in November at least, before December rolls around and it, you know, turns Christmas time and all that kind of stuff. I'd like to do some more GX4000 videos actually. Perhaps some proper reviews. I'll just put some gameplay videos and a few long plays without any sort of commentary and stuff. But I think it's about time I had a look at them in a bit more depth and gave my thoughts and a proper review of them. So that's what I might do over November. We'll see. But I like to do videos just, you know, what I feel like doing, rather than sort of plan it out too much. This one and the next one coming up, you know, I'm doing this because it's Halloween coming up, so I thought I'd do a nice horror special. Say goodbye to all this and hello to Oblivion. Okay, there we go, last piece. Riffraff's been a pain in the arse as usual, but we've done it. 3 seconds to spare, which is a record for me. Well done, you have escaped. Although the spaceship still takes off, presumably if you're still in there. Oh well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Crap ending, crap game. 3 out of 10. Alright, have a good Halloween and see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.